Boom, bang, boom, bang. It's early in the morning, boys and girls. Let me put this somewhere where it's not straight in my face. Maybe over here. That looks good. Alright, so it is day 60 today. So it's basically halfway through. We're halfway through the actual challenge. And to be fair, I actually injured myself last week. At the back of my, it's a muscle under your scapula, under your shoulder blade, and I pulled a muscle as I was doing my pulling training, which was a bit of a headache because it took 2 days and it was fine. So I was back in training, and then yesterday I didn't warm up properly and I pulled it again, as I did overhead pressing, because you use that muscle as well for stabilizing purposes. And yeah, so now I'm a bit, worried, but yeah, what that means is I just have to double up on my warm-up and go a bit easier. But yeah, it doesn't matter, I mean, this is the thing, when you train and when you're on these challenges, there's no set rule of, this all gonna go smoothly. There might be little injuries or little things that, happen, and that's okay. Generally speaking, I'm really happy with my progress, and today on the scale was 100 kilos, 100.7 kilograms, so I haven't lost any weight, which is really good. Especially in the bulking phase, and I've been eating like crazy. You've seen some of the stuff. It wasn't all clean bulking. I had a lot of, let's say unnecessary foods which you wouldn't have on a bulk, which is then considered a dirty bulk. But I can still get away with it, so I don't put on too much fat and stuff. And I actually, when I train, and this is one of the things which I want to give you as a little nugget as well. The 80-20 rule. We talked about this before. I don't think there's anything like 80-20 when people say like, that obviously there is an 80-20 rule, but it doesn't apply to fitness as people say, like it's 80% diet and 20% training, or it's 20% training and 80% diet, which is exactly the same what I just said, right? But I think when clients say to me, so when I say, so how important do you think is your diet? And they say, well, it's probably 40% of the whole cake. And I'm like, no, it's not, because I think training and exercise are basically two cakes. So you have to have 100% effort in your training, and you have to have 100% effort in your diet. And if these don't match up, then it's not going to work. Because what happens when people start saying, well, diet is more important than training mostly sucks, and they start not giving their all they should have in training. And this is what I see a lot of times with clients or with people, just when I observe people in training, that they think they're giving 100%, but they're not. This is the same concept what I got really mad about when people started saying, well, HIIT training is like the new thing and everyone is talking about HIIT training. I'm like, you fuckers, right? You're not doing HIIT training. HIIT training means, and when we look at the actual study which was done with cyclists, Olympic cyclists did the study. When they did their 100% or full out, when we talk about full out, means they basically destroy their bike in these 10 seconds. When they are, 10 seconds on, 20 seconds off, and that's the 4-minute Tabata workout. You do that 8 times, blah, blah, 10 seconds on, 20 seconds off, 30 seconds times 8, sorry. And then we've got 4 minutes. That's how the Tabata workout was. And so the study said, the cyclists did just 4 minutes of exercise, and they were as effective as the control group, which I think was doing 25 minutes of steady state normal training. And yes, it is effective if you kill yourself like these cyclists. But most people who do high intensity training, they train a little bit. When we talk about these 10 seconds, when you should be sprinting, they're sprinting like, let's say, 70% of their effort. And then they're wondering, well, after this, and this is the thing, this is the actual real thing. If after the 10 seconds of effort, you're still able to talk with your buddy and say, well, you know what, it wasn't that bad, right? Then you're not doing it. Then you're fucking not doing the work. You have to put in all the effort. And here comes the other thing, and that's why HIIT training isn't for everyone. So if you're injured, for example, you shouldn't be doing HIIT training. If you're a beginner, you shouldn't be doing HIIT training. If you don't know the movement, exactly what's going on, you shouldn't be doing HIIT training. And this is what goes wrong in all of the gyms. In Fitness First, where I worked, they came out with this HIIT class and was all, you know, hyping on, it's not just Fitness First, basically every brand out there has done that. And they took a class that was called the HIIT class. And then people were joining in and they would do jumping squats and push-ups and burpees and all that stuff. It's all fine. But people, beginners who don't know the movement, cannot do it explosively high intensity, because then you start injuring yourself. And this is what people don't understand. So now it's controversy, right? Because I said, well, you should be actually doing 100% in the gym, but then on the other side, I'm slamming HIIT training, saying it's not for everyone. And here's the thing, it doesn't have to be HIIT training to do 100%. So I mean 100% of effort. Let's say bench pressing as well. If you bench press, and if you've downloaded my workout program, you know how it works, how many sets and how many reps and so on and so forth. Let's say you're on my workout routine where I push for 3 working sets with 5 to 6 reps. Okay, that's my working range at the moment. So if after my 6th set, if I put down the bar and I feel like, you know, it wasn't that bad, I could do 6 again, I know that weight isn't working. If I barely can push the 6th, but if I can do 5 and the 6th one is, I can't really get it up and I stop halfway, or I can just about get it up, then that's the right weight. The right weight is always the weight when you have your rep range set and the last 1 or 2 reps are the reps where you're so much of a struggle that you actually would need someone to support you to get the last rep out. And then you know you're in the right rep range because you're pushing yourself to get the rep you want. Yeah, I guess that's a gist. That's a bit of a rant today, or a wrap up of what I think about training, approach of training, and what people get wrong. So let me know in the comment box below if you think the same. And so it's time to train, as always, right? So bus is empty, it's just me. But yeah, time to get to the gym. And good luck with your workouts, guys. I don't know what I'm doing today. I think legs is today because I need to be aware of my back. See you in the gym, guys.
I believe in honesty. Does that sound like something you'd be into? I believe the truth can be reality. Will you roll with that? 'Cause I want you to. I'm stuck in trying to find a way to make it easier to say that there's just one thing on my mind, and I think it's time for you to realize I want you all to myself. Don't wanna share you with nobody else. So get
A little longer than a few minutes later.
This is the new workout we're doing here. We're using some sort of stick, a wobble stick, a trampoline, and a yoga mat. That's all we need for a workout. Yeah, as you can see, we are in nature. Yeah, so basically doing a bodyweight workout now, and see how that's gonna go. We just found this somewhere in the house, so we thought, you know what, let's use it somehow. And I got a shave. Good, right? So I think I'm a total expert in this thing. You can't really laugh doing it. I think I'm not doing it right. It's supposedly to swing back and forth, but at the same time you need to try to stay straight. Maybe like this. Oh, this is really hard. My grandma, she's asking what we're doing. We are doing sport. There you go. The circuit continues. Okay, 2 minutes jumping. Very small.
Will you promise me? Will you promise me?
With shoes, it's not the best idea actually. It's better barefoot. That's the heart rate up, at least.
Will you promise me? I am not a stranger to excuses. Burned me once or twice, I expect them. I just wanna know what your truth is. Will you be the one to break me out of this? I want you all to myself.
Later.
Don't wanna share you with nobody else. So give me something to believe. Will you promise me? Will you promise me? So give me something to believe. Will you promise me? Will you promise me?
Yeah, guys, so long time no see. We've been traveling to my grandma, and I'm gonna show you a little picture of her house here. It was really nice, you know, it was the north coast, and it's so hot in Germany. Today it's gonna be expected to be, I think, 38 degrees, which is like, you know, nearly Spain weather, which is really, you know, I mean, most people complain and say, well, there's no sun outside. Now the sun is outside, everyone says it's too hot. So at the end of the day, you'll never please everyone. Now I'm here again in front of the gym. I'm still on my challenge. I haven't updated you too much about it. What else? Felix, you're gonna love this one, because actually this is not the normal cold brew, just coconut water. This one is coconut and rice. So this company has a lot of different you know, coffee variations. But yeah, so you're gonna see me guys train now, and then afterwards we're gonna talk about something specific.